Guys, Tate from Florida here, and I'm out at the Kingsley Plantation on the other side of the St. Johns River, somewhat near Jacksonville off of A1A. And before we get to the plantation house, I wanted to show you real quick. Back in the early 1900s, the Army Navy had this, for all intents and purposes, it was kind of a hotel for the upper echelons in the Army Navy. Men could come stay here, and they actually had a golf course out here as well, so they could come here and eat, sleep, play golf. They ran into some financial difficulties, so they couldn't support it anymore. So eventually the federal government came in and bought it out, and has now preserved it and are going to keep it alive. So but that was in the early 1900s. Now I'm going to pan over. We're going to go walk around the plantation house, which was built in 1789. So you can see here in front of me, and you can see it's on the waterway here. This is the main plantation house. Now you don't get to go in the plantation house because of how old it is and touch things, which is completely understandable. It's got all the original doors and windows. You can see the view they had from their front porch. Pretty amazing. So we'll walk around this side. You can see the windows are pretty much all closed up right now. And down here is the basement. It's a 3-level house. There's a basement and the main floor, and then the second floor. You can see it says here, historic door, please do not touch. These are all original doors. You can peek inside the glass a little bit. Nice big porch here. Okay, now the building that we're going to go to next from here, so you can see right here, that's the kitchen house. You remember your history. They never had the kitchen house attached to the main house because when they cooked, it would heat up and then it would heat the house up. So we have this nice breezeway here that we can walk through to get to that. Okay, so that was one of the parlor rooms. And this is the main kitchen. And in this room where it was basically a fireproof room where they stored a lot of things, was made of tabby and oyster shell. Okay, so that is the kitchen house. Let's walk back out here. Looks like a little water cistern, which is a little interesting because it's actually, or this might just be the well. Yeah, that would be the well. This is a big giant gopher tortoise hole they've got roped off here. And this is the stables. This is the stable building, which, as you can see, they also use as like an amphitheater for giving presentations and whatnot. You can still see the construction. Look at the shells and also out here, the Kingsley Plantation, they used to grow a lot of stuff out here, and the slaves would work the land. Primarily, it was cotton. Cotton was the most, got most of their bang for their buck, if you will. So there's still a somewhat maintained cotton plants growing here on the plantation. You can see in proximity to the kitchen house and the stables over there. So we're going to head to the slave quarters now. Okay, so also out here at the Kingsley Mansion is where the slave quarters were. So these are approximately 200 years old, and they were built by the slaves. The slaves lived in them. The slaves worked the land. So let's take a look at this. This wasn't actually one of the slave quarters. This is where they would do their cooking. They had a fireplace here where they could come and keep warm if necessary, as each one of the cabins didn't have that. And you can see the cabins all the way around here. You can see again what they were made out of. Fairly smooth on the inside. And it looks like they actually may have had fireplace in these. So take that back. I was misinformed. I'm not going to walk every single one of these because they're all pretty much the same thing. But you can see how they go around in like a circle. If I turn around real quick, and you can see on the other side of the road coming in that they circle around the other way as well. So it's kind of a big half moon shaped. I asked why that was, and nobody seemed to have an answer for me on that. So here's one that's kind of all worn down. So like I said, these are all pretty much the same. You can see how they arc around in that half moon. There's one with some of the fireplace still intact. So this is Kingsley Plantation. If you do come out here, they do have a free audio tour. They give you a headset. I believe there's also an app you can download. Or you can do a self-paced thing like I'm doing. If you do the audio tour, then it takes about an hour to hour and 15 minutes to learn about the entire history of this plantation. So look up Kingsley Plantation and come out and check it out. More of our beautiful history.